5, 4, 3, 2, Happy New Year. All that kind of shit, right? I'm late. I'm sorry I'm late to the party. It's officially 2022. We're like 13 days in, right? And I'm sure y'all been doing the same shit that y'all been doing since. Alright. I mean, rather you is, rather you ain't. But shout out to everybody who made it into 2022, man. It's 2022. That's crazy. And I feel old as shit when you be like, oh, I was born in 88. Like, what, nigga? Like, what? 88? Just listen to how far 88 sounds from 2022. Sound like niggas should be dead down there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm here, smack dead in the middle of my life, trying to make the shit happen. Trying to make shit happen. Pretty sure it's gonna be a good year, right? Even if we starting off this year, even if 2021 was like, you know what I'm saying? Because my 2021 was tough. Do I gotta do a recap? Oh my God, where do I start? But I mean, that's one of the new things that I'm kind of learning. Like, because I can say what I learned. One of the things that I've learned, 2021, like, I feel like this is my life, right? You know what I'm saying? Everybody else has their life, you know, their experiences, their situations, scenarios, things that shape how they think, how they view stuff, blah, 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 right? I feel like I was in a place to where I feel like most of the world like this too, on the cool, low key. I feel like y'all hear that loud ass washer and dryer, like I'm in the house, just ignore that. It want to be on the podcast, whatever. But anyway, but I feel like most of the world, like, we're so infatuated, like, we want to grow, like, we want to be happy so bad, and we want to experience or have fame or have all the money, the success, the power, the relationship goals, the kids, the family, the support, you know what I'm saying, the friends. Like, we want to have, like, everything go in our favor so much. We want to be so, you know, happy, you know, without no problems, right? Till we're trying to carve out this life to where it's like almost a fantasy. And it's like, we're not even, like, we're trying to carve out such a peaceful, stress-free world to live in, a life to be in, you know what I mean? To where when something goes wrong, problems arise, difficult situations appear, whatever, right? We like, can't do it. Like, you get with somebody, mingle with somebody for a little while, you know what I'm saying? You know, this person bring you some type of stress, any type of little stress that this person bring you, any type of little challenge that this person might bring you from just being with them, being a part of their life, blah, 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 blah. We look at it like, that's toxic. Or, I can't do that. I can do something better than that. I don't deserve that. I deserve better than that. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? I deserve the best. I deserve not to be stressed out. I deserve not for people to make me feel like this. I deserve not to be involved with people who gonna say this about me or tell me this, even though it might be the truth. Even though I might need to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the way the culture, the world kind of gravitating and going seems like for some people or a group of people is like it's trending in the direction to where we're just so like, and it can be argued this has been a sensitive place. The world has been a sensitive place. It's been a sensitive, like damn, y'all so sensitive. Can't say this. You got cancel culture. You say something about that, they fucking, you can't say that. You can't say this. And then if you look deeper in the news, I'm not a political guy. I hate it. But, you know what I'm saying? They trying to cancel freedom of speech. That's what I heard. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Google it. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know how it go. I tell you to Google this shit. Do it for your own research if you're interested. But that's what I heard. So, like, how to cancel free speech? Like, what the fuck? Like, not cancel culture, but, like, legit in the Supreme Court type shit. They trying to cancel. They trying to, like, do away with fucking freedom of speech type shit. The First Amendment, bro. The First and the Second Amendment. That's what I heard. Heard it from a fairly reliable source. Anyway, do your fucking research on that stress shit. See what I'm saying? I don't even want to talk about it that much because it brings a certain level of stress to my life. I can't control it. Therefore, I don't want to deal with the shit. I don't even want to be held responsible for the shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't like, fuck, like, why that bullshit? Why some bullshit that's gonna stress me out and make me feel bad, right? So I feel like the world is kind of gravitating, towards most people, like a lot of people gravitating towards this life of like, if anything brings you any type of stress, problems, strain, fucking struggle, pain, you know what I mean? Any of that. Bad feeling, you know what I'm saying? Bad emotion, unhappiness, whatever you want to say. I feel like if it's bringing you any of that, people are like, I'm talking about like, so quick to be like, you got me fucked up. Like, I don't know who you think I am, but I was born a king, or I was born a queen, and I'm heir to the throne of, Jesus, Buddha, Jehoshaphat, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, Yahweh. What, like, it's just like, I'm a direct descendant of Malcolm, Martin Luther King, and whoever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know nothing of such strife, such trials and tribulations, and like I'm so above, like we're above the pain and the struggle, and the problems that simply the world just comes at us with. Like, that's what I see. That's what I feel like I'm seeing. I'm witnessing. I feel like me, myself, have been a victim of that shit. To a degree, in certain areas of my life. Shit, in a lot of areas of my life, really. Because it don't matter whether it's relationships, finances, fucking health-wise. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what it is. Something happened, a problem that, like, and I'm the biggest one. I can remember, if I look back at my life, I say about 3-4 years ago, I can look back to like 2018, 2019, whatever. Like, I can look back and be like, man, I remember me telling myself, next year is going to be better. Oh, and next year was better. The year after that, it's going to be better. And that year was better. And then COVID hit. Some goofy shit. And I was like, huh? I was like in disbelief. I was like, but this was supposed to be the year that I did this. And I accomplished this. And I got this business off the ground and I made this happen. And I did this with that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it was like, I couldn't do shit about that. Like, it was like weak. Like, that shit depressed the fuck out of me. I probably got an episode on here about it. Like, it depressed the fuck out of me on the cool, like for real. Like, I was like destroyed. I was like, bro, what the fuck is gonna happen with me, my life? What am I gonna do? You get what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to take responsibility for, COVID. And somebody in the back, I can hear y'all now. Y'all probably like, and nigga, why should you? COVID was just totally blah, 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 blah. But this is me at the end of the day. No matter how many stimuluses a nigga got, how much income tax a nigga got since then, how many motherfucking checks or COVID checks or fucking rental assistance or whatever the fuck whoever got what. No matter what you received, no matter how much benefit, like from the government, all that shit was your responsibility for the most part. Rather it was your responsibility to put in that information to receive a stimulus, a PPP loan, or whatever the fuck, or whatever else kind of fucking loan. Though they gave out a whole lot of money since 2020. I know that. You know what I'm saying? So it was your responsibility to, do your due diligence and check and see if you qualify for this, qualify for that. You know what I'm saying? It was your responsibility. Otherwise, what would have happened? Shit, a lot of us would have been out on our ass, out of a job, out of finances for a much longer period. Like, you know what I mean? So, I'm reading a book right now called I'm pretty sure it's like a fairly popular book, I'm sure. It's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark something, I think. I don't know, fucking Google it. I'm not doing the homework for you. Shit, god damn it, I gave you that resource right there. Anyway, it's something like that. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. That's like the name of the book. It'll pop up. And like I said, I'm not done with the book, but it's a fairly good book. And he, it offers some thought-provoking, thought-changing, perspectives, if I should say, right? Like, you want to take responsibility for everything that happens in your life. You want to take responsibility for it, and the fact that pain, problems, struggle, all that shit, that's just a part of life. And it's really kind of used as a tool to inspire motherfuckers, motivate motherfuckers, and get motherfuckers off their ass. And like, think about it. When you were in that bad relationship and you got out of a good relationship, you were like, damn, I ain't never trying to go back to a situation like that. Fuck that shit. That problem, that pain, that struggle, that situation, scenario, hurtful scenario, situation, whatever, it inspired you in a way, motivated you in a way, prompted you, right, to have a better relationship. Yeah, of course, you got the situations where you go through something and you just want to be a piece of dog shit. Oh, hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage. Right? Like, you got those, you know what I'm saying? You got those times where, those scenarios, those stories where, like I heard a guy one time, a friend of mine that I knew, nigga say, I got cheated on in 7th grade. I decided to be a pimp. I ain't never gonna give my heart to another woman ever in my life. That's what he said. That's what he said. I got fucking handled. He got played by some chick. 7th, 8th grade. He decided, I'm gonna be a pimp from here on out. I'm never giving a bitch my heart ever again in my life. You know what I'm saying? So he made that choice to be like, yo, like, I'm not gonna get hurt again because that shit hurt too bad. I can't deal with that. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna treat people, he gonna treat people unjustly, unfairly, whatever you want to label pimping it as, whatever, right? But like I say, if you listen, that makes sense. That makes sense to me, right? Like, when you were in that spot financially, you needed a better job, or you were struggling, couldn't pay your bills, couldn't make ends meet here, had to take care of that, take care of this. Because you were struggling, because of those problems, because of that pain, right? that shit that you was feeling that you didn't like, it was a call to action to be like, man, I got to get up off my ass and I got to find something better. I got to do something more. It's like literally what forces, in a way, what pushes people to, evolution and just, grow and be better and more. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's one of the things that book talk about. And it's basically saying another, like, one of the things that it says, okay, it's basically that a call to action. When you're feeling those problems, when you got problems in your life, right? It's big problems, little problems, bad problems, decent problems, good problems, they say. You know what I'm saying? But it's a problem. So, it's a problem, something hurting, struggle, that pain, that feeling of just like something got to be done because I don't want to stay in this state of mind or this state of like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to feel like this all the time. I don't want to get used to this feeling. This ain't normal, right? It's prompting you. It's calling you to action. That's what it's about. It ain't about sitting in the shit and like, I just don't know, and then go home and fucking sleep and fucking, I don't know, fucking get in the dark and write on your walls demonic shit or something. I don't fucking know. Or go home and play the fucking Xbox for 36 hours. Like, it's a call to action. It's a call to action. Like, bro, get up off your ass and make something shake then. You don't like it? It's literally that cliche ass quote, like, saying whatever when they like, you don't like it, change your life. It's the fucking Everest college nigga, and on your motherfucking TV screen, and he's like, what are you doing? You're just sitting around. I see you sitting around, stressing on the couch. You're not doing anything. You're at your fucking mama's crib. Get off your ass and fucking go to college. Get off your fucking ass and make something happen. You're a bum. Like, literally, it's that nigga. You get what I'm saying? So, it's a good book. And I feel like overall, that's what the world that's what I've seen. That's what I've been seeing. That's what I've kind of slowly but surely kind of been like, oh, this is what it seemed like. And like I say, this is a self-evaluation, even for me. Like, it's a journey. It's growth. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so, trying to take responsibility for everything, rather it just got thrown up on your ass, sprung up on your ass out of the blue, or you fucking did it, you fucking made it happen out of your bad choice, your poor choices, your fucking, actions, whatever, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? It's just taking that shit into your hands and being like, fuck this shit. I'm gonna get on this and I'm gonna make something happen out of this shit. Right? So, like I say, that's what I've seen. That's what I feel like I've witnessed over the last couple years or so, whatever. So, with that being said, with all that being said, it's one of those things where it's like, just let's be honest. Let's be real. You know what I mean? Like, bro, you're not finna live a 100% stress-free life. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you can have, lesser, how can I say it? Lesser potent problems, or lesser, problems that aren't as, serious. Oh shit, like, I got stage something cancer, or life or death, or something like that. It can be problems like, oh shit, baby, damn, how we gonna get whatchamacallit to school today? or whatever. What we gonna do about that? You know what I'm saying? It can be something like that. Like it's you know, but you gonna have problems, period. Just like hands down. You're gonna have fucking problems, period. It's no like, you know, we gonna go through this life and problems are a fucking thing. And trying to run from them, deny them, hold off on them. Does that always work? I mean, some of them problems are still like, you know, they don't go away. Like, you got a problem. Like, if it's a problem with the makeup of you and you just a crappy ass individual, you get what I'm saying? Does that go away? Does that go away if you hang around different people just because you hang around different people? No, not really. You know, it's still there. You still probably do the same shit. You still probably on the same tip. You know what I mean? You just ain't around nobody to call you out on your bullshit type thing. You know? So that was one thing that I kind of just wanted to touch on. I don't think I'm done, honestly. Probably a little bit more than that, but right now I got a brain freeze. That's what I'm gonna call it. And you know, I can't really think about how I was gonna finish that off. Lack of organization, probably. But here nor there. The other thing. Okay, I got it. The other thing is kind of like what I tie all that into, because a friend of mine recently, you know, she kind of put it in perspective. Hey, relationships are the real currency. Basically, that's what she told me. You know, it's about, and when I look back and when I think back over my life, it's been about relationships. And I said it on this podcast time and time again, if you listen, like, relationships are in everything. You know what I mean? Relationships with your work, your business, relationship with your clients, relationship with your family, relationship with your friends, relationship with, you know what I'm saying, the person that you meet at the fucking grocery store, like, relationships with everybody, when you networking, when, like, just everything. You know what I mean? Relationships are very important. You know, like, think about, you know, how many times you probably ain't have it at the end, but at the end of the day, somebody looked out for you when your time need. Oh, shit, I got you, bro. You know, I got you. I'm gonna send you this, or you can come over here, get this meal, feed you. You know what I'm saying? Shit. If I'm being honest, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta be thankful for the women that I met in my life. Rather, shit, they stayed for a month, rather they stayed for 2, 3, 7 months, whatever, it don't matter. You know, a year, like, it don't matter. Like, I gotta be thankful for them women, because 9 times out of 10, I mean, shit, it was times a nigga might have needed a meal, or a nigga might have needed a couple dollars or something. You know, real talk. And shit, had I not had them relationships formed, or I was a crappy ass person that just was bad at, you know, just treating everybody bad that I come in contact with, because I'm fucking depressed or I'm fucking crazy or whatever the fuck my deal was, you know. So, relationships, that's what she said. She's like, relationships are the real currency. And then she helped me out on some shit that I was going through. Rather it was advice or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I needed to hear that kind of shit at that time. So I'm thankful for that. Thankful for my friends. Thankful for the people that, you know, think I'm a nice guy. I think I'm decent. You know what I'm saying? Think I'm a swell hell kind of a guy. Whatever. You know, relationships are the real currency. So that sounds good to me. But so anyway. I say that to say, when you of that mindset and you like kind of just running from problems, running from pain, running from all struggle, I get it. I was a big ass, like, man, like, I want my peace. Fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've said it on here plenty of times. You know, peace, 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 family, peace, peace, peace. My peace gotta be my peace. How are you his peace, sis? And yeah, of course, absolutely. Still want my motherfucking peace. Don't play with me. Don't play with the kids. I still want mine. Like my 40 acres and my mule. I need my peace. Shit, I want it. But at the same time, it's a lie to expect peace 100% of the time, 90% of the time, 80% of the time, even 70 sometime maybe. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where you strike that balance at, where it's enough for you. Like, oh shit, well, fucking, oh, this much of the time we fucking arguing, shit. You know what I'm saying? Fucking 10% of the time we arguing. So you gonna let 90%, 90% of the time you cool, and you gonna 10% of the time you not cool. So you gonna like leave out on that relationship because of 10% not going your way? Come on, bro. Be more realistic. Come on, sis. Be more realistic. You get what I'm saying? Had a conversation with a friend, short-term friend. Had a conversation with her. She had her own podcast and stuff that she was doing, and she was spewing out, all kind of like things that she views as facts and logical and beneficial and helpful and empowerment towards women and stuff like that. Right? Sounds good. Right? So, she was, I asked her, I was like, so baby, little baby, what will you deal with in terms of a relationship? In terms of a relationship, and, what will you put up with? You know what I mean? Her thing was, she ain't gonna deal with a broke nigga. You know what I mean? Nigga can't be broke. So, I don't know. Nigga I might can beat your ass, but I might can put my hands on you, but I might can get away with that if I got some money. You know what I'm saying? I might can cheat a few times, got some money. I don't know. Maybe I'm jumping to conclusions on that. Right? Because nobody wants that, right? Nobody wants that type of disrespect and shit like that, right? But I mean, it's about values too at the end of the day. But her thing was, she was like, yo, like, I can't deal with a broke nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what if you was with your dude and let's say he lost his car or something like that shit. Like I did the nigga with no car and all that. Her story was she was in one serious relationship. She had one kid from that. You know what I'm saying? And it just was one of them things, one of them situations, relationships that was like, I ain't going back. I can't do that. I learned not to deal with this type of person and anything that reminds me of this type of person, basically. It's kind of what it sounded like. You know what I mean? So I ain't dealing with a nigga who ain't got no car. The nigga who I was fucking with, he ain't had no car. I ain't dealing with a nigga who ain't got his own apartment. Nigga who I was dealing with, he ain't have his own apartment. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I can't do that. I ain't dealing with that. Nigga was broke. I ain't dealing with no broke nigga, right? And she was like, my thing was, she was like on the Christian tip with it. She was like, spewing it like this was Bible. You know what I mean? Equally yoked, and shit like that. She was talking on that. Like, I'm familiar with the word. I ain't no fucking, you know what I'm saying? Now, I probably need to brush up on my game. But I'm no stranger, to the word, right? Like, I know what the word says. I know, for the most part, like, I was very familiar with my word. So, anyway, talking to this young lady, and she got this, I'm just hearing her out, listening to her, and she get to talking about, being equally yoked, and how yeah, it's supposed to be equally yoked, you know. And, you know, if I'm a woman, you know, you got to be bringing the same amount, at least the same amount or more to my table type shit. You know what I'm saying? It actually literally says that in the Bible. That's how I interpret it. You know? Like, now, like, you know, if a man brings less, you can't bring less than me. But if you a man, you can bring more than me. But that's what equally yoked means. We got to bring the same amount. But the man, you can bring more, but you can't bring less. I'm just looking at, as a man, I'm just looking at that, and I'm hearing that from like equally yoked. I'm like, you stepping on your own feet at that point. Like, you know, at that point, it's like one of the, it's like equally yoked. Okay, like, you like, are y'all hearing what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, so she's saying equally yoked means y'all got to bring the same amount, right? The man got to have, you know, he got to have his own car. She got to have her own car. He got to have his own house. He got to have his own house. I guess y'all going to have two houses at the end of the day. I don't know, whatever. I'm just talking shit. But, like, you know, got to have your money. She got to have her money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in that sense, when you think about it, only thing I need from you as a man, and at that point, if we, you know, we just going apples for apples. Only thing a woman need from a man, other than maybe the fucking, I don't know, lift some heavy shit and move her apartment, or, you know what I'm saying, like, she don't really need that. She can just call because she got her own money, right? She can just call and get somebody to do that. But, you know, it's dick and pussy, right? That's the only trade-off is sex, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, like, I'm fucking mentally stable, you're mentally stable. I guess in a perfect world, in her world, you know, all that shit was equal. So she was like, yeah, that's equal. You know, you gotta be bringing the same shit to the table. But the man can have more, but the man can't have less. So the man can't come with no car. But roles reverse, she can show up with a man that got 50 cars and she ain't gotta have a car at all. That's cool. That's acceptable. But if the dude, you see what I'm saying? Y'all hear what I'm saying? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? That's what she was saying. And she was spewing that shit like it was the gospel. She really was. And that was my thing. That, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta think out. Like I said, I know I ain't always spot on my logic and always, like, you know, on point. But that's the thing about everybody wanting to jump on and talk they shit and just put all they shit on the internet because and have a podcast and all this shit, because this shit is subject to get revisited. So you got to be careful what you jumping out here and saying. You know what I'm saying? You gonna, like, let's say I'm a big time, or you a big time, you know, celebrity, whatever. You just got out there. Like I say, I can remember when Young Thug started, when Young Thug was like hot, just started rapping and shit like that. He had a video, he had like a little interview, and they did it. They asked him, it was like, you know, do you feel responsible? There's been a lot of cop killing and all of that shit taking place in the black community, Do you feel like you're responsible for like, you know, any of the youth and like, you know, some of the things that you might say on the track, on the record or whatever, And he was like, nah, fuck all that. He was like, you know, we out here having hoes and money. Leave that up to the laws, the police, and, you know, such and such and such. Like, we don't have a role in that shit at all. And I did a video on that shit somewhere on YouTube. This was years ago. Like 2015, 2016, 14, some shit. It was years ago. I did a video on that shit, you know, stating how I felt about it, because I do feel like rappers within the black culture and shit like that it's a correlation between kids growing up, rap music, and all that type of shit. That shit is influential, right? It's a tool. It's an influential tool, just like money. Right? So I did a video on it, and I, like, years later, I found out You know, when Young Thug was dressing like a female, he was dressing like wearing dresses and shit like that. So apparently, he stopped. You don't really never see Young Thug dressed like all feminine, you know, all that crazy shit that he was doing when he first started, right? You don't really see him, like, hear about him doing that much crazy shit like he used to, right? Reason being because he was like, his son, the shit was kind of getting out of hand. He was like, his son started to pick up on some of that shit. So if that ain't a direct indication of, like, the influence, because that's, of course, that's your son. He sees everything you're doing, right? You know what I'm saying? But, like, whether that's your son or not, your son, the people who hang with your son, the kids around that age group, they gonna want to do it too, probably. You know what I mean? So it's just a direct correlation, you know? But, like I say that to say, you know what I'm saying, if you when you in that position, you know, the Bible got some type of quote, some type of saying where it says, teachers are going to be judged more, like, dare I say, stricter. I know that ain't the right way to say that shit or pronounce it, whatever, but, you know, they're going to be judged more harshly. If you believe in the Bible, all that, you know, stuff like that, right? But it says, you know, they're going to be people who teach, preach, whatever the word and all that type of jazz. You know, you interpret this shit how you want to. But, you know, if you're in the business of teaching, leading the masses and stuff like that, I feel, you know, the Bible got something up in there that says something similar to that. Like, yo, like, we gonna judge you a little bit more tougher, bro. Just know that. So, you know, you want to be careful when you're out here. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're trying to motivate. You're trying to influence, convince, whatever, inspire people to, like, persuade, share your, you know, opinions, perspective, opportunity, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You want to be careful with what you say, some of the things that you say. You know what I mean? Because, you know, you can be leading people to a poor way of thinking. You know what I mean? Like, you're responsible. People pick up on you like, oh, this is some big time chick we listen to. You know, they're gonna think that's cool. So women, you know, like I say, and I me personally as a man, I feel like that now. I can see that all over the place where it's like the woman, she ain't gotta have nothing but a fat ass and some titties and good looks or whatever. You know what I mean? But the man gotta have fucking good sex, you know, 7-pack, fucking $1 million in the bank, you know, multi-million-dollar business or whatever, or, you know what I'm saying, no kids or some shit. I don't, like, you know what I'm saying? The nigga gotta have everything. And the woman, all she gotta do is bring pussy and good looks, seem like. And I don't know, I'm not putting it out there like, oh, who's to blame, whatever, here nor there. But, you know, it's probably a whole nother story, a whole nother topic. But, you know, it's like, but at the end of the day, what I'm saying is that's not equally yoked. I don't think that's the definition of equally yoked. You know what I mean? I don't think that's the definition of equally yoked. But anyway, I digress. When I was talking to this young lady, you know, she was like, yo, you know, that's the way I see it. That's the way I see it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, well, damn, little baby, what if you was with a dude and, you know what I'm saying, let's say he lost his vehicle. You know, something happened. He got into an accident or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wouldn't have his car for a period of time. Like, oh, well, you know, the type of person I'm going to be with, they going to have a car in the next week or so. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't going to be, you know, dealing with, you know, nobody who, well, I got to take them to, they going to inconvenience me and, like, at that point, my face is like, huh? Inconvenience you? Like, this is the person that you're supposed to love, right? That, you know what I'm saying? Loving is serving to a degree, right? I think so, right? You know, this is the person that you're supposed to love, care about, you want to marry, be with, have kids with, all this type of shit, share the rest of your life with. And you talking about them inconveniencing you because they got into an accident. You know, because life happened and they're inconveniencing you now, right? So you not finna take them to work. Talking about, and these were her words. She was like, you know, he better Uber and all of this kind of stuff like that. I mean, what if Buddy just trying to save that money to do something else? You know, and like, why Uber when our schedules like promote, you can take me to work and come pick me back up type shit. Or at least take me to work. Or, you know, at least come pick me up or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, but she was like, you know, I'm going to be on my grind doing this and doing all that and da-da-da-da. And, you know, I ain't going to be inconvenienced for nobody, da-da-da-da. But, and then, like, shortly after that, like, we got off the phone, never to speak again. Probably because, like, I was going to eat a hole in her whole logic. Like, seriously. Not on a prideful tip, but like really like try make it make sense to me, or just like, baby, you might want to rethink your logic. You know what I'm saying? That type shit. So, you know, like I say, we shortly got off the phone after that. And, you know, my thing was like, you can't tell me if a man got a wife and let's say my wife wreck her vehicle, whatever, you know, right? She fucking going out, she wrecks her vehicle. Damn it. You know what I'm saying? I wrecked my car. Baby, can you take me to work? Shit, you better Uber. Shit, you got me fucked up. I'm out here playing the game. I'm over here playing the game. I'm finna go kick it with the homies. You got me fucked up. You inconveniencing me. You can't tell me in what fucking book, in what fucking online YouTube video that shit is acceptable. Come on, cuz. You can't tell me. Let a woman, same scenario, like I say, let that role be reversed, bro. Oh, baby, I wrecked my car. I got into an accident. Somebody ran to the back of me. Da, 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 da. I'm going to be down for at least another, 2-3 weeks, maybe a month at most. Da, 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 da. Can you take me to work? Can you get me to work? Can you come pick me up? Can you bring me food to the job? Da, 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 da. You got me fucked up. Sis? Shit, you better find an Uber. You better find a fucking, you better do something. Call your friend. Okay. Watch how fast Tyrone pull up. This random ass nigga. This nigga from work drop her off. What you doing with Buddy? But same thing for a dude though. Okay, play me on a funny style like that. Deborah gonna come pick me up. Who is that picking you up? Don't worry about it. You won't want to take me to work. That's how that type of shit get involved. That's why y'all gotta look out for each other, have each other back. Now, if y'all ain't no jealous ass couple, okay, I get it, whatever. You don't give a fuck, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And put y'all, hey, you take that risk, whatever. Decisions. But you can't tell me, ain't nobody, that's cap. That's cap. Everybody here listening to this podcast, good and damn well, if a motherfucking dude tell a woman some shit like, okay, and what you asking me for? I'm sitting up here, well, you ain't doing nothing, you ain't gotta go to work today. Yeah, I know, but this is my day off. Don't you understand? My day off. I ain't getting out until 6 p.m. And then that's when I'm finna go hang out with the homies. So, I don't know what you gonna do. And you can't use my car. Come on, cuz. Come on, cuz. That woman gonna be off your ass, boy. That woman gonna be ready to divorce your ass. That woman ain't having that shit. She gonna fucking, you better kill. Her head gonna explode. Come on, kids. You know that. Y'all know better than that. So that was my thing. Like, you know, you look at this thing from the, and like, that's why, like, she was big on like, oh yeah, I'm empowering men and women, da 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 da. But baby, to me, that was like, you ain't think all of that through. Very attractive lady, very attractive, young lady, whatever. But that logic was flawed as fuck to me, But here nor there. So, but her thing and her mindset and the vibe that she gave off was that of like, I'm never dealing with a stressful or, strenuous or, painful, hurtful struggle. I'm never dealing with certain problems like that ever again. And, all the time we can't pick our problems. Motherfuckers just, you know what I'm saying? COVID was a problem for people. We ain't picked that shit. Think about it. That shit was a problem for me. Quick story, might come back and tell y'all this whole story at another time. Like, I was in barber school. I got 151 hours left of barber school. I was supposed to be finishing up barber school right around now. Getting my barber's license and everything. My teacher called me in the office one day on some like switch to verbal agreement shit. Randomly. Hey, can you come in with a lump sum of cash or up your payments? For what? I mean, I just see you came in a couple times back-to-back weeks, and I feel like you can pay more, and you're going to have a remaining balance at the way we going right now, and I don't believe you're going to pay that remaining balance. So, yeah. Can you do this, or I'm going to drop you from the program type shit? Huh? What? No. Like, no, I can't do it. Like, I'm good at where my payments are right now. Okay, well, we're going to have to drop you from the program. Like, that shit set me back. I ain't do nothing. Like, I was nothing but respectful. Nothing but, like, but that shit happened. It was a problem that, like, and you know what I'm saying? Like, that's something, but I got to take responsibility for that. If I want my barber's license. If I want to, if I'm going to do what I said I was going to set out to do in the beginning. I got to do what I got to do. So, I mean, like I say, I've said that on this podcast before, I'm sure. Sometimes life just happens. Sometimes life happens. Like, bad shit happen to good people. Bad scenarios happen to good people, good folks. Just for nothing. It's life. Rather you want to say, oh, it's a reason for everything. God, was protecting you from something or whatever logic you want to put behind it. But at the end of the day, shit just happens sometimes. Sometimes it's our fault. Sometimes it ain't got shit to do with us and it's not our fault. So, but, it's no such thing as that life where it's like, oh, we ain't never gonna have any more problems or like, you know what I'm saying? We just gonna live in this like, fantasy world of like happiness, 100, complete happiness and just fucking, what do you call that word? Abyss. Not abyss, but whatever. But it's get real. We gotta get real. Like, shit gonna happen. And we ain't gonna want it to happen sometimes. But we gonna have to take responsibility for it. Or we gonna have to deal with the shit. We gonna have to handle it. We gonna have to make the best out of it. We're gonna have to go from there, right? But like I say, I can say that. I can be honest. I can attest to this whole situation. Like, I was most definitely looking at myself feeling like, I ain't gonna put up with this shit. I'm Curtis. I'm fucking, Code Red. I'm Landell's podcast. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoever the fuck you think you is, or whoever the fuck we think we are. Like, I'm this person. I got this going. I do this. I got this all the time, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got this much money. I'm this healthy. I'm this fine. My ass this big. My pee this big. My sex like this. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna fucking put up with this. Fucking out of here, man. Like, we think we above. Sometimes, like we be thinking we above the fucking issues and problems that life, like, can deal us, bro. And we're fucking not. We're fucking not. So, next time you have a little run-in with an issue, a problem, get off your ass, dust it off, because that's a call to action. And handle that shit. Face it. You know what I mean? We want better problems, simpler problems. That's a thing. But they always gonna be there. So, Happy New Year. Wish you guys the best 2022 like ever, right? Of all time. The best 2022 of all time. It's only one 2022. But so hope y'all momentum still going good. Hope things like that y'all set in motion at the beginning of the year, New Year's resolution, whatever, if you had some, hope all that shit is going swell, going right, going good. Hope family is good, healthy. Hope you good spiritually, mentally, financially. And if you ain't, you're getting there health-wise. All of that. And first episode of 2022, man. Landell's Pod. We still at it. If you like what you heard, follow me. You can listen to the podcast on Spotify, iTunes, and the Anchor app. And got more work. And we most definitely plan on working with people this year. We most definitely plan on doing some interviews and working with some people this year. So if anybody hearing the message and y'all want to join the conversation and y'all want to talk about even rather some of the old episodes that we did, y'all want to do it, link up and, chop it up about that. We can do that. We can make it happen. So, wishing you guys a happy 2022. Sorry I'm late, but, yeah. And, we're going to be good. We're going to do good, and we're going to get the ball rolling, and we're going to make this a good year. We're going to make this a good one. So, peace out. Till next time, with another topic, I'll holler at y'all. Peace.